What's up, y'all? Happy Thursday. What's going on? Telling y'all this gonna be a good one tonight. I'm hype about this one. My man Randy, he out here getting busy. He not even 30 yet, so definitely y'all gotta hear his story and hear how he do what he do. I hope everybody having a good week. I know everybody getting anxious to get back in the real world, but just take your time and enjoy this slow grind. It's a slow grind, but it's still a grind. My man Ryan, what's happening? I see you, Playboy. Got both the Rons in here. Got Ron the Builder. Got Ron the Master Electrician in here. What's up, Kendra? How you? Got the whole fam in here. Let's go, Randy. We see you in here. Send me that request, Randy. Send me that request. There it go. There it go. There it go. Spoon, what's up, man? My guy, what's happening?
What's up, man? What's up? What's up?
I see you got the other goat back there in the background.
Gotta have him. Gotta have him.
I see him, the underdog, man.
Gotta have him. You know what I mean? You don't want to be, this guy for the. You don't want to be this guy right here. You want to be this man right here, the champ.
Right. For sure, man.
What's up with you?
Nothing, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm tired. Been pushing it, man. Things been picking up as far as on the real estate side with the clients. So, I'm in the middle of a rehab project and in the middle of just trying to help everybody find that next dream house.
I definitely see it. Then that's and pretty much. I kind of I guess this is my question for you. What's your opinion on that? I've noticed a bunch of people are like trying to find houses like for them to actually live in. Is there, I guess, anything like
So you
anything
mean
going on?
since COVID?
Mm.
You mean like in regards to like with COVID and how like buyers are looking?
Yeah.
So on that side of things right now, it was a buyer's market 3 weeks ago.
Right.
In the past 7 days, 10 days, it's not a buyer's market no more, man. I mean, a seller's market no more.
Right.
I mean, a buyer's market. I'm sorry, it's not a buyer's market. It was a buyer's market 3 weeks ago when it was limited opportunity for buyers to get out there. Everybody couldn't see it, but now that they didn't let real estate be essential, sellers got the upper hand. Like yesterday, I showed the client 4 houses on a list. Right. We got to see 2. The other 2 was under contract before we got to them, and we was looking at houses we started at 12 o'clock.
Damn.
So like, I wouldn't say that. I think the thing that's really a combination, you got low interest rates, and you also have clients that just say if you was going to wait till the end of the year because you thought like, yo, I got time.
Right.
With COVID, you got time.
Right.
If you getting paid working at home, you like, man, on my lunch break, or if I ain't got to be on the computer, I'm going to go look at cribs. And,
right.
You might as well do it now while you got the chance.
Right.
And that's why, like, for me, like, even with my personal flip that I'm doing, I'm on a type of time where, like, I'm trying to get out of this house because I don't know what the winter is going to bring. Things could shift. I feel like if COVID is going to pick back up.
Right.
So it's like, but the good thing is that's why, like, so people don't know, like, just so you do rentals though. I know you have done you done flip before.
Nope, just straight rentals.
All right, but so the crazy thing with rentals is 10 times more like popping right now because everybody wants to be in a comfortable position with COVID.
Yep.
Don't nobody want to be living in that funky house and they mad at the landlord. So they like, look, I'm out. And crazy thing, landlord can't do nothing to them if they leave because it ain't no court.
True.
So it's like, yo, if you could get you a good situation, get your crib. Like, if you looking for rentals, like I just helped my man fill his rental in North Philly. for $14.50 in North Philly. Bulls like, who getting it? He getting it. It's a nice crib. It's a great product.
Yeah.
And we have people, you know, hitting us up every day to rent that crib out.
And I mean, that's always my go-to, especially when it comes to me trying to find something. I try to find something that, you know, I definitely can hold on to. And then, you know, my plan is probably, if not probably a 5-year plan, probably like a 7-year plan. You know, I probably, you know, plan on probably selling, you know, like the first couple houses, you know, I started off with, and then kind of, you know, building off on that.
Right. Well, so let's jump back, because we kind of went straight in, man. So let's talk about who you are and, you know, like how you got started.
All right. So,
and don't forget to tell the people your age, because I always hear people be like, "Yo, I'm too young," or "I'm too old." Like, it ain't no time better than to just start. Period.
Oh yeah, for real. All right. Well, for those who don't know, my name is you know, Randy Schuler. I'm pretty sure people have heard that, you know, that last name. If anybody, you know, most people ask, you know, do I know, you know, guys like, you know, Daryl and stuff like that. Yeah, it's the same last name.
Okay.
I'm 26 years old. I'm from South Philly. And how I got started. I actually trying to think how. Okay. Let's start off, because this is kind of interesting. I actually made my first LLC on February 8th, 2018. The day the Eagles won. So
Super Bowl. Okay.
well, not. You know, the day of the parade. So I contacted Dom. For those who don't know, the guy, his name on Instagram is CGM Philly. I contacted Dom, you know, to make my LLC, and I was like, yeah, you know, I'm ready to, you know, meet in person. He's like, you sure you want to meet in person? You know, my office is downtown. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to get this done. Like, you know, like, I'm ready. So I met up with Dom at 8:00 in the morning to get my LLC made. In the middle of the Eagles parade, and, you know, I was down there with my LLC documents in my hand in the middle of the parade, trying to make it out. So yeah, that was kind of the beginning of it. Then I actually started going to classes with Greg. Well, for those who don't know him by name, big business.
Right.
So yeah. So you know, I'm pretty sure most people went to the same one. I went to the one at Temple that was like, you know, it's like a big seminar type thing. Right. Well, smaller than what he's doing now, but it was like
the intro one.
Right.
Teach you about wholesaling, buying properties, and
right.
the whole renting them out.
Right. And, you know, I mean, you know, this was me not knowing literally nothing about sheetrock. Like, I mean, about, you know, real estate. So if, like, someone could ask me, like, what's, you know, what is that on the wall? I would know literally anything.
Okay.
So, you know, at first, you know, I went to that class with a friend of mine who actually kind of put me on the Greg, because I never knew who, you know, he was either. And then, you know, I kind of got a kind of basic kind of idea of, you know, what was going on. Like, nothing too in detail where I kind of knew, like, all right, how to move. I didn't know what was my next move from there. So then I took 2 more classes with Greg, and then I actually took your class. And that's actually when I got my business credit. So when I took your class, I was able to
all in that same, like, 2018 year.
Yeah, this was all like a 2-month span.
Right. So I only said that because people take the process and they try to, like, make it super complicated where it takes all this time. Like, oh, I need 12 years experience. You got your LLC documents and stuff probably, like, what, February, March? Because that's like
February.
full time.
I did the classes and did your class and got the business credit by, like, the first week.
We did ours. When?
Like the first week of, like, May. In that same.
It was warm, right? I remember. And,
Yep.
and the crazy thing, that class was only like $300 that you took.
Yeah.
And you left out with commas and business credit.
Yeah. I mean, I feel comfortable saying it, but I was able to get on the spot. It was either 35,000.
Okay. But just say you got 30 from the class that you invested in yourself. You spent $300 on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm only going to toot my horn a little bit to say, like, yo, I was teaching that class that day. You know what I mean? But the crazy thing, you was in position. Not knowing you was in position, you was in position. And you wasn't scared to try it. Because I was talking to him. He was like, that's all I got to do? Like, just do this. And you got it popping.
Same day.
So from there, you went to big business classes, my class, say that 4 or 5 month span. And then what was the next thing you did after that?
So the next thing was trying to find the whole house process. So where my first house was going to come in at. So there's been a lot of people that's kind of in the same spot, kind of where I am. So this may kind of help, someone out. I was actually, so I'm born and raised in South Philly. So I know, houses around, my way are like,
they costed.
Right. So I know I got plenty of family members that, that have, properties down here and, things like that. So I was, I figured, to kind of, think, outside the box instead of me trying to find something. Why not try to work something out with a family member and, try to get in the game that way. So, I was trying to, go over my notes and kind of like trying to convince, family members like my uncles, my mom, my aunts, like, yo, like, I'm trying to do this, I wanted to pretty much, I mean, it sounded kind of crazy, especially with somebody who, I believe at the time I was 24. So it's like, yeah, I want to knock down your whole house and then kind of build it up. So I know they were already like, yeah, nah, I'm gonna pass on it. Maybe, if you do one, maybe, I'll rock out with you, but I'm not about to be the guinea pig for this, and you just take a L. So the first person that actually gave me a shot after convincing and kind of getting everything like tight as like my knowledge was actually my mom.
Okay.
So my mom mom had a second property down South Philly that was vacant, which also was a family home at one point. And I actually made that first property my property that I fixed up, and then I learned the process in and out of like what comes first, what comes second. I was there literally every day. I was literally watching paint dry in that house, literally everything. And then and also as well, another part of that, I also learned from Greg's wife, Nikki, how pretty much the way to pretty much do my own finances. So I finance my own deals as well.
Okay. So when you say finance your own deals, can we ask, like, can you break that down?
Yeah. So there's a private money lender that I deal with that that gives me the funds to actually purchase properties and also get them fixed up, and then they pretty much get paid on the back end.
Okay. So you got like a regular Joe, James, or Stephanie, and they basically give you the money to buy it and rehab it.
Correct.
So you rehab the house with their money. In exchange, you give them a profit on their money, but you keep the house and make a profit with their money if there is a profit to be made.
Correct. Well, that's why you always want to do your your homework, and you always want to make sure that there always going to be a profit. That's kind of what you're in it for. You don't want to just do this stuff and just like
just say you did it.
Right, just say you did it. At the end of the day, all right, a house was done, but it's like, did you make anything from it? Can you move forward? That's kind of the main thing. Can you move forward?
Okay. So you took that situation, and what was next after that?
It got crazy after that.
All right, well, give it to us because the people want to know.
So after that, there was, at that point, because my mom, gave me the shot, other people started to see it, and the house came out, very nice.
Now you do some great work.
Yeah.
Like them wrought iron banisters, you know that, and you play with the colors with that blue, that killer blue you just put on the front.
Mm-hmm. You know, you see it. You see it. But yeah, and that's also something that, you know, I'll be plugging in as well, because then it'll kind of tie all in. But
Okay.
yeah. So after the first one was done, that's when, you know, everybody started to, you know, the same people who I tried to, you know, talk to in the beginning, they all were kind of like, yo, please, can we work out something and this and that, and then it was like, okay, now, you know, it's kind of like, now it's kind of a like, all right, I'm not in the position of kind of like, you know, kind of waiting for like my family members at this point. Now it's like they're kind of on my time now. So
Okay.
and I noticed a lot of people who like pretty much, you know, people who like, you know, hit me up and something like that, they're in like kind of like the same spot. So it up pretty much what I tell everybody, it only takes that one house for you to kind of, you know, prove yourself, and then after that you just got to make smart moves.
But you got to get the first one. That's the key thing.
Correct. The first one definitely is key. The first one is always the hardest, and the first one is the most important.
Okay.
In my personal opinion.
Dope. So after that, so, you know, you got the first one. Now you kind of got people calling you. So now you rolling through projects.
Right.
So in that time span, everything's been buying whole. You're renting out the properties. And, you know, so now what's it looking like? You went from one, like, can we ask, like, how many properties have you done in 2020 with COVID?
Well, completed right now, I'm at 3. And like that's kind of still being worked on. We have about like maybe 3 to 4 more that's in the works. So this was literally in between of like the end of 2018. Like, well, if you want to count it, I made my first LLC in the beginning of 2018.
Right.
Then now, you know, we're, you know, towards the end of 2020. So you know, it's not that long. You know, you don't have to be doing this for like 10 years and then trying to get in the game. Like you can kind of, I mean, the key thing to it is just to actually do it, because you'll never know, you know, what you can't do until you actually try it.
And you got these houses in South Philly where I'm assuming they don't have high mortgages on them. So as you buy them, renovate them, rent them out, and then refinance them, they got a nice spread of equity in it.
Oh yeah, well, the way how the financing works as well, the properties have to be free and clear. So all the houses were already free and clear already.
Okay. Which is
it's straight equity.
Right. Nothing but equity.
Right.
So as you refinance them too, and then can we talk about how, are you out here buying Benzes and Beamers with the money, or are you investing in yourself and buying more businesses?
So I would like a Benz and everything, but another, you know, with that money, you know, I was able to, you know, buy more houses, and I also was able to expand my business. Like for example, if I'm pretty sure, you know, you guys seen that whole Dumb to Go thing I probably been posting. That's also, you know, our company as well. So, you know, now, you know, we have, you know, two trucks, you know, running. So, you know, now we do our own, you know, demolition, clean outs, material drop off, literally everything with those trucks.
And you do it for other people too as well, though.
Right. So yeah, I mean, that was something else that kind of you know, kind of expanded from that, you know, again from that one house, and again also, you know, to kind of plug in, like, you know, the other stuff, we have Trillionaire Paints, which is my girlfriend's you know, painting company. So she paints, you know the houses and everything.
Okay.
Another thing that I post as well is something called Nova Steel. So that's my friend's business, and he does you know, the
iron. Right. We was talking about that.
Yeah, and also, I mean, it's a long list of stuff, but that's kind of been my goal of kind of like having kind of everything in house, and definitely having, you know, my friends and, you know, family members and stuff kind of build off from this.
Which is dope, because I would say for me, in my journey, or the struggle has been trying to delegate as well as learning to collaborate.
I got Scooter down there and Drop of Pink.
Oh no, they all in there. I see them. They in here. But in regards to the teamwork part, like trying to delegate and collaborate. So like you said, like, yo, you're able to do multiple things, but you're not the engine that's pushing everything. And then
Right.
everybody's a part of the collaboration, but everybody's their own boss kind of thing. So, you know,
Right.
you got wifey handling the paint and
Right.
the design per se. Then you got your homie over here handling the banisters and the wrought iron stuff. Then you got
Yep.
your other homie running the dump truck. So it's like, it's a full throttle situation. So it's like, for you, if you could go on a run and just start grabbing 3-4 cribs at a time, your ceiling just gonna keep going up.
Yep. Yep. And that's pretty much my pretty much that's been my plan before I had literally anything. That was literally my go-to plan before I had literally before I even like probably after I took like the first class.
Okay.
This was literally like my game plan. You know, certain people kind of like, and again, definitely with this stuff, definitely you gotta realize everybody may not be ready for this. So you know, expect to kind of like maybe fall out with some friends or stuff like that.
But don't take it personal.
It's definitely not personal, but you know, it is what it is. Everybody's not made for this or to be ready for it. It's because I mean, it's definitely a lot of stuff. Like a lot of people, like I mean, it's a lot, and I mean, you can't really expect somebody to kind of be on the same level as you with this, and they don't have the same dedication as you.
Right.
So yeah, definitely you gotta have some tough skin in this because if not you're gonna fold. You're gonna fold.
So like even in the beginning, like building your construction team, like even with, not just within it, but outside in regards to like framers, sheetrock, and all that stuff. Like, what did you do to go about getting your team together as far as the construction side?
Again, it was just from that first property, just kind of with actually me being there, every day at the property, just starting to actually network, with actual contractors. I'm not for the most people that know me, I'm not that sociable. I kind of pretty much like I can be silent literally if this is up to me. But I mean but in this, you gotta be kind of sociable, so you gotta kind of network because if you can't do this by yourself.
Right.
And with you being silent, that's not gonna help nobody. So definitely being around jobs. Also with me being from South Philly, like there's stuff being worked on literally anywhere, any block you go
Right.
to. Just kind of like just walking past sites and just seeing guys doing something is like just getting business cards and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's kind of been the go-to plan. And again, some people are solid, some people are not. And I mean that's kind of another risk of it. But once you have your solid team, then it's just good money.
Right. And just keep feeding them, and everybody just keep communicating and grow from there.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, I guess, in regards to your strategy with the rentals, like, are you doing Section 8 or are you doing non-Section 8?
Going forward, it's going to be probably a combination of both. It kind of depends. I kind of wanted to try the Airbnb route, but I wasn't too sure of how that really went. So I probably was going to get probably some assistance from somebody who actually done it before. I personally never done it, but I know what it is, but I kind of don't really understand the numbers part.
Okay.
So I pretty much just stick to what I know, which is the Section 8 process, or just regular, just rent it out and that way.
Got you. So, and right now, are you doing a Section 8 or primarily just regular people?
For the most part, regular people right now. I do like the Section 8 process. So prior to me leaving working there, I did work
You used to work at Section 8
as well. So yeah, I worked for housing.
You said you used to work for Section 8?
Years. Yep. I was the assistant property manager at Norris Homes.
Okay.
Yep. So I kind of learned some stuff kind of there as well. So it kind of all ties in.
All right. So that was like your on-the-job training before you jumped out there on your own.
Yeah, pretty much. I learned the process of pretty much like I know like the whole Section 8 process. Like I could probably I can probably run through the entire Section 8 PowerPoint like right now.
And so now, I guess, what are you going to be looking forward to in regards to what's going on with your business now? So now you got, you know, the demo company, you got the paint company, you got the wrought iron company. So like, where are you trying to push this thing to now?
That's a very good question. I would probably say, you know, probably definitely assisting my, you know, my core squad, you know, first, like, you know, kind of building them to kind of be, you know, more, you know, kind of get them at a bigger platform as well, along with myself. And I would say for myself, probably, you know, try to get more, you know, GC stuff, because, you know, a lot of people like my work, so it's like, hey, you know, I can do this for someone else if I can do this for myself.
Right.
So doing that, of course, assisting people with getting financing. So pretty much kind of assisting people to do exactly what I do, because I don't think I'm better than no one else. If I can do it, shit, damn, anybody can really do it. I mean. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my that's my next thing. And then you know, most likely you know, starting to invest in a different city.
Okay. All right. And for you, I guess, what would you say was like the hardest thing getting through the obstacles, or what would you say is one of the hardest things that you had to get through?
Uh, the hardest thing I would probably would say is uh keep I would probably say keeping everything kind of under control, because you know things, the thing with this can get kind of hectic some days, where it's like there's a lot of things that's not going according to plan, and then it's like if someone doesn't, you know, if somebody isn't like, if somebody can't keep like a level head, then it can kind of make people lose confidence in themselves. So I would just say, you know, staying confident in yourself, staying confident in the plan, and just staying
Stay in the court.
staying right.
Okay.
Right. Because, you know, you definitely can. I mean, I've seen people that, you know, had everything kind of lined up, and then like something small happened, and they just said like F it, and then just like went and did something else. I knew somebody who got like, it was so close. They were so close of getting started. They got the business credit. They got literally everything. I like found the house for him, and then like something happened. I can't think of what it was, but then he just like went left and like bought a car with the business credit money, and then just said like, I'm
Like,
done.
man, I'm out here. Forget that.
Right, like, man, I'm about to go back to the street. Like, like, forget all this.
Right.
And then it's like,
I understand where that person's coming from, because it's like, even now, like the guest we had last week, Uncle Dan Harvey, we was talking about sometimes you literally can do the right thing and still not get the outcome.
right,
But the key to it is, like you said, is that mental toughness and really just not giving up on yourself. And I think one of the things that helped me, even with some of my struggles, is, you know, I got 2 kids. So like at the end of the day, I don't have no other options.
right.
You know, I honestly don't know what else I could be out here doing other than real estate at this point.
True. Yeah, I mean, and honestly, it's definitely a business that you know is always going to be around, unless, you know, living outside is going to be, you know, the next, you know, upcoming thing. It's always going to be you know, real estate going on, no matter what.
Okay. Nah, man, that's what's up, man. That's why I said, yo, we had to get you on here, man, because you definitely out here making waves, man. And like you said, you only been doing this since 2018, but you know, you rolling through the projects and creating your own lane at your own pace, and I love it. I mean, it's definitely inspiring, man. Definitely inspiring.
To be honest, I really don't think people like. I mean, I don't know. I don't think people really even like watch my page. To me, I just think, you know, I don't know. To me, I just think people just like. I really just do it just to show people the work. Like, I just want people to just like it. I just really want to see what people think.
Okay. But
But
now
yeah, no,
that's the humbleness about you. Like you're not doing it for the gram, as people say, or just to get likes. Like
right,
you want people to see the work you do because you care about the work that you out here giving people.
right.
I mean, and that's how
Yeah,
you like build your brand. So like I said, you're doing a great job.
man, appreciate it. And I mean, things like that definitely mean a lot. Definitely, when if people don't even like, if people don't even want to do real estate, people just see me and just say, "Hey, man, good job." It's like thanks,
Well,
thanks.
nah, it's like even if you don't want to do real estate, but just think about that young person that's like, man, I don't know what I want to do, but I see Randy, he bet on himself and he made a way. Like you said, he
Yeah,
ain't go to the streets, he ain't do nothing like crazy. He made a way and he figured it out in whatever
right.
that lane is that person want to do. Because the crazy thing is with the internet and stuff, you really could figure out the simplest thing. You just need multiple people to believe in it and support it.
Right. Yeah, but no, definitely. I mean, I definitely recall like it's my homie in here. For the most part, definitely if you see me, you will see the guy FTM Stokes. You will see him right there. But like I remember being in the first house with him like before it was done. Before it was started and everything like, and I was telling him, and he was looking like, man, like like I mean, it sounds kind of wild, but
I'm with you.
I'm definitely gonna rock out with you.
But that's what you need. You need somebody, I mean, that's gonna be in your corner, like, yo, whatever you need, one way or another, we figure it out. Like, we good.
Yeah. Yeah, because you gotta be mentally tough to just be like, I got this, like by myself, no help. You know what I mean? It's tough. It's tough to do this really by yourself. You gotta have help.
And then even with, like you said, that mental toughness, is there any books or anything like that you recommend, like that helps you along the journey, whether it's mental toughness, real estate, or whatever?
Uh, Definitely your book. I definitely still have your book. When you actually yeah, there you go, there you go. Actually, when I actually went to your class, you gave each person a copy, and you also signed it as well. I don't know if you signed the same thing for everybody, but you did say that I was next up in the front of the book, so I
My
definitely
man.
appreciate that. But
No, that was real. That's why I said, like, yo, look at you now. And the thing is, like, yo, you didn't make it complicated. You just plugged away and put the pieces together in motion. So it's like, from finding, like, the crazy thing is, it took me a minute to find private lenders. You found private lenders in the first year. So it's
yeah,
like anything's possible. Like, you just got to be out there networking and figuring it out. And you
yeah,
plugging away, figuring it out. And then I tell people all the time, yo, you don't have to be out here wholesaling and doing all these things to find deals. You know people in your own hood that got houses they not doing nothing with. Just
yeah,
ask them. Worst thing they
yep.
can do is tell you no.
That's the only thing. And then once you know is a no, you keep it pushing. Because when you find that one yes, I'm pretty sure they'll come back.
Because now
I can
they see you
guarantee.
popping.
Yep. I can guarantee you they will definitely come back like, yo, I got I got this house here, right? I'm like, yeah, you ain't told me that before.
And the crazy thing is, like, yo, I ain't paying what I was paying the first time I came and talked to you neither. Now I need a
Right.
discount.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. But yeah, I mean, definitely trying to think something else. Trying to think. Quill, my guy Quill is in here. Quill actually just gave me a book today. If he can mention in the title real quick, if
Okay.
Quill's on here, if Quill is on here, he'll put it in there. But that's definitely another book I'm gonna check out. But to be honest, I'm really not that big in the books, so a lot of people think I'm just in here just like reading books, and then when I still do like my friends know. My friends who's on here, they all know. We all do regular stuff. People see us around South Philly all the time. So I'm not too different from literally anybody else. I'm not just like somebody who like went to school and like learned this stuff and then came out and then became like this prodigy kid or something like.
No, you say, yo, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna fail forward, or I'm gonna be successful.
Right. And I would also say another thing that's kind of a key that I have. that I'm pretty sure most people have. Most people that I see as well on like Instagram and stuff that's doing well. They have a good support system, whether it's like their family, their friends, their girlfriend or their boyfriend or something like that. That's definitely key because, like, I feel like if I wanted to be a professional pencil sharpener, like my friends will hold me down, like. So it don't matter. It don't. And I mean that's really the most most important thing because like you gotta have that because it's hard to kind of push yourself some days. Some days you don't feel like this shit. Sometimes you just want to be like, man, I just want to go home.
Yo, forget all this stuff. Yeah, right. I want to talk to a contractor. I don't want to
Yeah.
see the crib.
Nope.
Before we got on this, my man was texting me like, I'm done. We gonna meet up. No, I'm not meeting you right now.
Nah.
It's 8 o'clock, cuz.
Nah. And yeah, and my friends know. And well, most people that know me as well. Unless it's important, you gotta call me twice, like back to back after 6. Like after 6.
All right, you shut down. But that's how you
shut down.
That's how you keep your mental sanity. You give yourself them parameters like, yo, you gotta respect my boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
So in addition to the mental toughness, in addition to having the team around you, are there any other intangible things you think that has helped you along the way, or things that you like, yo, I know this is a consistent thing I do that helped me get to where I'm at now?
I would just say another thing, just never stop learning. Like never just go off like one source. Like for example, let's say if someone just watched me and like they just kind of see what I do, they'll be missing out on things that like you do that works out for you. So I would just say never stop learning, even if it's like going to like somebody else's class or learning from someone else. Definitely keep learning. Just keep on, because like even when I was still showing up to people's classes where people like, yo, I know you, like what, like why are you?
Why you keep coming here?
It's like, yeah, you got a bunch of stuff going on. I'm like, yeah, but I mean, I'm still here for the class. Like, you don't gotta make a scene here.
Right.
But yeah, just keep learning. Don't think you got it, and then because this stuff changes too. So don't ever think you just got it, and then you good. Because I mean, things change up, or somebody knows a process that's better. That probably can work out a little bit better for you. So just my thing is just to definitely keep learning and just stay humble.
Definitely, man. Definitely, that's what's up. So in regards to now, like the other stuff that you're doing, like the demo and the painting, I guess. So how are you gonna, I guess, start pumping that, or where can people find out about the demo if they need that or the painting business?
Glad you asked, man. I'm glad you asked. So the demo page, you can either contact me as well. You'll get the same person anyway.
Okay.
You can contact the our dump truck page at Dump and Go, is DUMP and AND Go. Funny name, I know. For the rails, you will follow at Nova Steel Co. NOVASTEEELCO. How did you earn capital? Oh, I see a question down there. I can answer that in 1 second. Trillionaire Paints is the painting. So that's Trillionaire Paints. Just paints, and paints with an S. They're also in here as well. Okay. And also my guy in there, _ drop of paint. That's my guy Abe.
Okay. Got the whole squad in here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so now somebody was asking, how did you get the capital out of that property? So like, for instance, if they already own the property or you already own the property, how do you get the money out of the house?
So what I normally do is called a cash out refinance. So the lender that I deal with, they depends on your credit score. Of course, they give you anywhere between 70 to 75, sometimes 80% of their ARV, which is for those who may not know, which is the value of the property once it's all fixed up. They give you that percentage of your property as a cash out, and then you pay your first loan back, that loan that you used to get your house fixed, and then the rest is kind of what you walk with. I would recommend doing more investments with that. But don't cash out and refinance and buy a Benz or a Rollie or whatever
You
whatever
gotta treat
weird
yourself. Come on, man. I gotta treat myself.
Yeah, man. I mean, you better
Keep
think
it to a
about it.
minimum. Keep it to a minimum.
Right, you better go buy a cheesesteak real quick and relax.
Right. Nah, that's a fact. So like I tell people, yo, the crazy thing about real estate, you can make a lot of money and you can see it quick, but it goes just as quick. Like you literally can make 15, 30 grand in a weekend and be popped by the next Friday.
Easy.
And go ahead.
I would say another thing for the trying to think. How did you earn capital with utilizing someone else's property? Well, the properties were mine. So if that underscore 923 person can kind of, well, after renovation value. Oh, I don't know.
So he was asking that question I asked about. They're trying to figure out if the properties are, because you had said initially they were other people's properties, but I guess the part you skipped was you had those people sign them houses over to you.
Oh, right.
You bought them from them people, but mind you, they didn't have mortgages, so it was easy to buy them.
Correct. So the properties were owned by family members and stuff, but they were transferred to me. But those houses were already free and clear, so which means there was no mortgage on the property, there were no liens and stuff like that. So those they were easy to transfer right over.
Right. And then he was asking, I guess, after renovation value is basically once Randy finishes the house and makes it pretty and gets it rented, then he can go to a bank and refinance it for the larger amount of what the house is now worth.
Right. So just an example. So for example, let's say if you do a house in South Philly, and those houses are going for, let's say, $300,000 fixed up. Let's say at 70%, they'll lend you out $210,000. Then you pay whatever your loan was to actually get the house fixed.
Right, from the 210, and whatever is left in between is your money.
Correct. So hopefully that's like an easier breakdown for you.
Right, and then the crazy thing, we talked to the Uncle Dan last week. He was like, "Man, I'm turning my houses into multi-families. The house I would refinance and make a couple dollars. Now I'm almost making $100,000 because now I'm putting more units in them to get more cash flow." And that was all like game changer. And the crazy thing is, I like that approach. So like I've been flipping over the past year,
right.
But when you flip that profit, you got to pay taxes on it.
Right.
So you could have made $45,000 and owe Uncle Sam $15,000 of the 45 from the rip. But if you refi it, you don't owe taxes. All that money go to your pocket.
Correct, because there's no taxes on loans.
So and everybody keeps plugging away, Randy, on your class. Like, tell people about your class and your program.
All right. So, due to the COVID, we're not meeting up in person no more. But I believe on there it's still $200. So for $200, we pretty much do a one-on-one FaceTime where I pretty much kind of like this live where we kind of go from beginning to end, like the reasons, the way how to make your LLC, credit, business credit, how to find properties, how to find out what's a good deal versus what's a bad deal, how to find out if this property is worth keeping as a rental or flipping, the way how to do the financing, and also and I actually go step by step the actual process of a full rehab, which is pretty much what I do. So from demolition all the way to like the finishing touches.
And all of this is in that $200.
Yep. The class goes about my run through is about like 3 hours, but it goes for as long as that person has questions. So it's not like, oh, I'm here for a certain time and then deuces.
Right.
So
But at
yeah.
least if they pay that initial consultation, you got them. You'll get them to the finish line.
Well, that's pretty much what I offer as well, because I know what it's like. So honestly, it I would probably say definitely you gotta show me some type of progress, and then it'll be a discounted rate, especially if you're coming again. So it'll be a discounted rate, but you definitely have to show me some progress. So from the first class that you took to the next one, for the next one, you gotta show me some type of progress, and then it'll be at a lower rate. At
Right.
least if you did something, if you let's say if you got your LLC and you need help with another part, at least I see like, all right, you moving forward instead of you
Right.
just like, all right, we
We
just doing
still
this
talking
all
about
again.
the same thing.
Right.
Right. Nah, Nate, like your folks said, man, I'm with him. Yo, get it while it's cheap, because the prices is definitely going up.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm right behind you. I'm getting my platform together now so I can start rolling out the coaching program and helping people get through the step by step. My situation, I don't think it's going to be, it'll be Zoom, but it'll more so be like an interactive online program for people.
Gotcha.
And
Let me see. Somebody said, "Are you doing any JVs or interested in mentoring?"
that's the classes we just talked about.
Yeah, that's really the class. That's really the classes. Like, I'm really not. I really don't consider myself like kind of like a good mentor, because like I still see myself as kind of new, even though like people see me having stuff going on. I still see myself as like like a rookie. So it's like I kind of don't want to be like, yeah, I'm about to mentor this person and this and that. I kind of let I don't want to call them older none, but like people like Greg, who's kind of older and kind of been this, in this, little.
They got the bumps and bruises to tell you about the stuff that you might not know yet, or I might not know yet.
Right, because
But you
because
could.
to be honest, oh, go ahead.
No, I just was saying, but I feel like not the advantage, but the benefit of working with you, you were just in that stepping point, that starting point that a lot of your other peers are in now. So it's
Right,
like you can tell them, because you in it now. And the main thing is you trying to get them on first base. Get that first property is like getting on first base.
right, and yeah, and that's pretty much my go-to thing. And that's kind of why I personally wanted to actually do those one-on-ones, because I seen people take people tell me all the time. I know, I mean, people know what's up. People see me on Greg's page and stuff, and they ask me questions about him literally all the time. They think like, I don't know, like I'm like
You in the camp.
this, like right, and I'm not. I mean, I just went to the classes like everyone else. I didn't know Greg before anything else. So
Right. But you took advantage of the information he was giving.
right. So so that's kind of why I kind of offered it, because I see people they question Greg, they question Greg and stuff like that, but I see it, pretty much just like what you said. I'm currently in it now, and I'm kind of like in their space as well. So they kind of, it's like I'm a newer face, and it's like I'm still new. So
Okay.
I can kind of relate to like someone new a little bit better, because Greg's been in for like 16 years or something like that. So he like a lot of stuff that may seem like regular to him. It's like, yo, how the hell am I supposed to come up with $30,000? Like that's not regular.
Right.
Like,
Right, because he make it happen like, oh, all right, I can tell you how to do that.
yeah. It's like, all right, cool. Just save up 30, this and that. Once you get this, boom, boom, boom. It's like, all right, first off, I don't know how to get $30,000. So, all right, I stopped right there.
Right.
But yeah, there's definitely been a bunch of people that actually took my classes and actually got their property. So I'm actually working with them now, and walking them through still on seeing their properties from beginning to the end. So yeah, it's definitely been working out as well. I've seen another question as well. Do you prefer private lenders instead of banks? I do, because they're more investor friendly instead of a bank, and a lot of banks, they don't deal with pretty much like definitely if you wanted to put a property under your LLC, a lot of banks don't even deal with that type of transaction. So the private lenders, they're more lenient with their regulations and stuff like that. So me personally, I deal with the private lenders.
Right. And
their rates are a little bit higher, but you can kind of move a little bit quicker than the banks.
Right. And it's a lot less red tape.
Right.
Somebody asked, are you using the same contractors for all your projects?
For the most part, yeah, but also as well, I kind of swap a couple guys out, especially if people get busy sometimes. So if I don't want to hold myself up because I'm also on the timeline. So if there's something that I may have, I always like to keep 2 or 3 of the same contractors in like in like the tuck. So so I mean that's kind of my go-to. But for the most part, I use the same people.
Okay. You at least got the same consistent people in rotation, but it might not be that person. It could be another backup person.
Correct. And also that's why another good part about being at the properties and being at the project, while work is being done, is that at least if let's say if you use someone new, you can still keep the same standard because you're there, so you know how things are supposed to be done. And I mean, at the end of the day, your property. So let's say if a contractor trying to cut corners and stuff, you know what's up. You don't gotta
just seen it.
Right. If this doesn't look like your property before, don't fall for the okie doke.
That's the only thing I say on my part, man, with these contractors, man. It seems like, especially these old ones that, they master plumbers or electricians, like they always want to tell you some stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, no, like, I know I'm young, but I ain't retarded. Like,
right.
Do what you're supposed to do, and I'm going to pay you like I'm supposed to pay you.
Cool. Then it's just that simple. Or, I mean, if you don't want to do it, I mean, I'm cool with not paying you as well. And I mean, that's also fine too. Whatever you want to do, just let me know what you want to do, and then I'll be moving forward.
I go about my business, right? It's not that deep. So 2 more questions. Somebody asked, what's the average renovation cost for your projects?
So because now I'm my own licensed general contractor, my prices are a little bit lower because now it's like you're kind of cutting out the middleman now. But normally I set my rehabs for about between 80 to about 90 for a full on budget anyway. That's not actual, but you get it. But yeah, I would, just for you, I would probably say, anywhere between 80,000 to about 90,000 for a full rehab.
Room for things to go wrong as well.
Correct. And again, that's based on like a 2-story, average home in Philly, So of course, if something that's a little bigger, then you would, kind of go up a little bit, but. I
got you. And then somebody asked, are you able to refinance properties under an LLC?
Yes, you can. As I'm currently doing it literally as we speak.
Now, so in order to do the cash out, you normally need the property to be in an LLC in order to get a cash out refi.
Correct. In order to deal with the private lenders, you have to have your property deeded to an LLC. And from my knowledge, I don't know any banks of yet. If anyone else knows, definitely let me know. But I only know of other private lenders that can refinance with a property that's under a LLC.
Okay. And then somebody else is asking, what did they do? Where is it? Oh, how do you find good contractors? What have you been doing to find good contractors?
Instagram, Facebook, word of mouth. Again, that like people kind of well, I wouldn't say kind of talk down on Instagram, but like Instagram definitely is kind of a good. It can be good, for a small business, such as us, because people are watching, and I mean I don't think people watch my stuff all the time, but believe it or not, people are watching. So definitely, if staying active on social media and at least kind of putting some type of good content out there, people are definitely gonna find your page somehow, or pass your page on and stuff like that. So definitely from me, social media and definitely being around just in the field as well.
Yeah, I got one of my good contractors, my general contractors from Instagram.
Yeah.
Just hashtagging and following other people, stumbled across it, and he been good money so far. But I don't want to knock on wood. I don't want to jinx myself, man. You know how these contractors get sometimes. He
Yeah.
might he might pull up with the rollie and act like he don't know me no more.
Oh yeah, it definitely happens. It definitely happens.
Somebody was asking, can you refer any banks to do cash out refis from?
Now a bank as if the property is under your name or under a LLC.
Just LLC to do the cash out refi LLC.
Um, there's a company called Builders Finance that actually does it. Um, there's a lot of companies now that still are not doing it because of the whole COVID stuff. But that's a company that I would personally push because I've done business with them already. So that's something that I would personally push with them.
Okay, so the live is going to cut us off. I think we got like 3 minutes. Is there anything else that you could share with the people, like you said, starting from that point where you started from, that you feel like you maybe can share with them that's going to help them get over the hump to get on base? Don't have to be nothing crazy. It could just be.
Yeah. I would say just stick to your game plan. I mean, you're not. I mean, this is me talking to like people like me who was in the same spot. Like, you're not crazy. Like, it's gonna work. You know what I mean? Just stick to the game plan. You don't gotta invent the wheel. Just stick to the same game plan. Just stick with it. And that's pretty much what I had to say. Like, I don't do nothing that I didn't already have planned out. This is literally the same game plan. Like, before I had anything, I had in my book, like, I wanted a dump truck and all this other stuff. So just stick to the game plan.
And your book, what's your book?
Well, no, just in my book where I write notes.
No, but I'm saying some people don't even know you have to write out what you're trying to achieve to know what you're waking up chasing every day. You can't you wasn't out here just willy-nilly like, yo, I'm about to be an investor and a rehabber. You had already set in stone, like, yo, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do this. It's just a matter of time before you get there. And now, look, you achieved all of this in 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, it'll definitely pan out. You just gotta stick with it. You know what I mean, that's literally the best thing. It may seem kind of basic in general, but it definitely goes a long way. Because people get sidetracked and do like little dumb stuff, and it's like, damn, you was doing good. What happened?
No, my man Alex just commented. That's my man. Like, yo, you got to do better. And that's the same thing he said. He said, yo, like, he didn't even know about LLCs. He's been in the game for 2-3 years, and he's been buying all cribs in his personal name, just using loans from Wells Fargo. But now he just bought a house maybe like 2 weeks ago in the middle of COVID, and he still got a 9-to-5. He's killing them at Coca-Cola.
Yeah. I mean, that goes to the process of, like, still always keep learning too. Because again, he's been doing this for a long time, but he never bought a property with an LLC. So again, it's always keep learning because somebody may have a better plan than you already have, even though it's working for you. But somebody else may have something a little better.
Definitely. Well, look, we got a minute left. Where can the people find you again? If anybody wants to take your class or reach out to you and talk, what's your social media?
You can find me at Ameris Estates for any general contract work, for my classes. The link is in my bio. My Duck and Go page. It's all on there. The paint page, the iron rails page. Also got a barbecue sauce as well.
Ooh.
Barbecue sauce that's in a few stores. So
it's in Renton Terminal. Salute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But when it opened back up,
the Bruno brothers, all that.
Got you. Well, look, we got 20 seconds. So if it cut off, like I said, definitely salute. I appreciate you, man. Definitely keep doing your thing. If anybody else wants to grab a book, make sure you hit the link in my bio as well. But Randy, I'm definitely wishing you nothing but success. And when this COVID thing is over, I'm gonna pull up on you.
Definitely pull up.
My man.